Hello, everyone. This is Kessa Gooden. I would like to thank you guys for joining us today with Gaia. We're doing the BEC program, and I would love to welcome everyone for week 3. Today, we're going to go into the marketing foundation for mobile marketing. Now, before we do that, just a brief housekeeping. We'd like to congratulate a few people who has been participating in the group and in also the assignments that we have been given and completed most of the assignments. I want to congratulate everyone for that. I will go ahead as well and share the screen of our participants, our top participants for the past week. So it would be great if we guys could give them a round of applause for being great participant and great candidate. So let me go ahead and share this as well. So as you guys could see, these are our top participants for the past week, and they have been doing so well. I commend them for joining us and for doing such a great job for being here with us. So yes, if you guys want to participate, that will be great. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to share what we normally share before we start. It's a great motivation video that will help because we're on the journey of entrepreneurship. So as to become an entrepreneur, we have to actually stay motivated and inspired each day. So we're going to go ahead and share this video right now.
What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? In a world of inaction, over-promising and under-delivering. Every second, man seems to claim himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that would never call himself an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that is happy to work while all others are out partying. An entrepreneur's drug is success. He is addicted to success. And finally, the entrepreneur knows one simple fact. I will make it, maybe not immediately, but absolutely and definitely.
You have to hustle. You have to think outside of the box to make things happen when it seems impossibly difficult for anything to happen. To continue to get up off of the canvas when you are beaten down relentlessly.
Win or learn. I never lose. I will succeed, not immediately, but absolutely and definitely. I will take action when others hesitate. I will think big when others don't. I will sacrifice when others won't. I will dare to dream of greatness when others fear it. I will outwork my competition day and night. I am the captain of my fate, the master of my soul, the boss of my dreams, the king of my goals.
You have to be a leader, to be unique, to be hungry always, and never satisfied. Proud, but never satisfied. To be followed by the competition, to take criticism and negativity and use it to build your greatness, to survive the storms and the tough moments, to be humble in the good times. It is sacrificing your today for a better tomorrow. It is living a few years of your life like others won't so that you can spend the rest of your life like others can. That sacrifice, the dedication, the commitment, the discipline. Only rare human beings have these qualities. Only the very best among us. Then there's failure. Because we all know that it is coming, it is human nature. I mean, find me a successful human that has never failed. You can't, they don't exist. The only difference between the extremely successful among us in any field and the unknown, the only difference, the successful guy didn't give up. He found a way when there seemed to be no way. The other guy, he threw in the towel. Failure is simply learning another way not to do something. There are great lessons in failure.
when it comes to success, there is rarely ever a time when luck comes into play.
Hard work, however, always comes into play. There is no greater satisfaction in life than that of hard work paying off. No greater satisfaction than knowing you are self-made. Take action while all others are sitting on their hands. The great difference between the somebodies and the nobodies very often only comes down to who is willing to take action, who is willing to put in the work, the grind. Are you willing?
Woo! Are you guys willing to take actions and put in work?
Wow, this is awesome.
Are you guys
Oh my
willing?
God.
Hold on one second, guys. I have little malfunctioning stuff right now.
Very
Sorry,
powerful.
one
This is,
second.
it's
Where
so
is it?
different tonight.
Give me a second. So I'm hearing more. Okay, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so are you willing to put in the work and become successful and become self-made and to leave that legacy for your family? So hope that pumped you guys up. We're going to go straight into the training right now. So make sure you have your pen and your paper ready. So we're doing mobile marketing foundation. That shouldn't take long.
You have to take action and you also want to.
Well before we had Google and Facebook and email and heck, the internet. Did you know that today's average consumer checks their phone about 80 times a day? And almost twice that if they're a
You
millennial.
guys hear it?
Well, many things have changed when it comes to marketing. Perhaps the thing that's changed the most is
Yes, we
how
can hear
people
it very
buy.
clear.
And today, that how is often enabled by a mobile device. That's right, that smartphone in just about every pocket on the planet. Hi, I'm John Jantz, author of Duct Tape Marketing, and I've been working with small business owners and marketing my own small business for over 30 years. Well before we had Google and Facebook and email and heck, the internet. As marketers, we must be prepared for a world where customer communication, research, sharing, and yes, buying experiences are designed with mobile in mind first and foremost. So let me help you navigate this world by showing you how to break down every aspect of preparing your web presence and buying journey for today's increasingly mobile customer. Let's get started. In marketing today, the website is your hub. And so you have to think in terms of how people visit that website, and increasingly it is on a mobile device. I want you to do something. If you've got a mobile device with you right now, take it out and look at your website or any website. How does it look compared to on a desktop or a laptop? Now, I'm hoping your website looks great, but if not, this is one of the first places we are going to have to start. Today, 72% of website visitors using a mobile device take action in an hour. Would that be important for you? Now, there are two ways for you to get there in a mobile-friendly website design. The first is called responsive design, and then the other is just a mobile design. Now, with responsive design, essentially, your site responds to the browser. So can't be any pinching or scrolling that's going on. You've probably all visited those sites where everything goes off of the window. That's a really bad experience, and that's not only going to hurt you with Google and the search engines, it's certainly going to hurt you with your visitor. Now, a mobile design takes your site, your homepage, and really re-engineers the entire thing. And what you want to think about is, what's a mobile user looking for? Now, typically people aren't doing extensive research on a mobile device. A lot of times they want directions or hours or a phone number to call. So there are things that need to come front and center on a mobile design that wouldn't necessarily have to be on a typical design. Navigation needs to be less. It needs to be easy. Don't worry about white space. People need to be able to breathe on a mobile space. And you want to make sure that your elements are tappable. If somebody goes there and they want a phone number, they want that phone on their phone to ring. So rethink everything about how you approach and what the objectives are on that mobile design, and you will create a great experience for your mobile visitors. In an effort to build a truly mobile experience, you may have to consider building separate mobile pages or landing pages for your visitors. Do you know the average mobile visitor session is about 72 seconds? That's half of the traditional desktop visit. So you have to think thoroughly through pages that are built specifically for that kind of visit. So particularly if you run campaigns, you have to have ads that are mobile specific, that are driving to mobile specific landing pages. You want to make sure that you are quickly linking to the promise that got them to that page in the first place. You can lose some of the filler things, but you want to keep trust elements like testimonials and social proof. Small fonts on a mobile screen are death. You have to pay attention to that kind of readability. So you need to develop campaigns and your roadmap for website development with very specific landing pages just for mobile visitors. One of the keys to creating a truly mobile-friendly business lies in your analytics. So if you're using a tool like Google Analytics, you want to pay attention to what's happening on your website that's happening on a mobile device. Did you know that 58% of all searches on Google today are on mobile? And for a lot of industries, it's much higher than that. So you want to get into your analytics and dive into a device report that will actually show you what percentage of your visitors are using a mobile device, a tablet, a laptop, because you can draw a lot of inference about what you need to be doing in your marketing based on those statistics. You can also drill down and see what exact device is in an iPhone or an Android, because that may dictate some of your messaging. You can also look at network speeds. In some countries, network speeds are a little slower. Speed is a key element on a mobile device. And if a lot of your visitors are showing up as, say, 4G, then you want to make sure that your pages are designed for that. So get in the habit of creating mobile-specific reports through your analytics, and you will find that those can be a real guide for how you need to move forward.
Oh, there's a quiz. But I'm
I
not
think it's
going to do
safe
the
to say
quiz.
that when it comes to content, readability is key. Now, think about content on that tiny screen. There are some things that you have to think through as you design your content specifically for a mobile device. A mobile surfer wants the information now. They want it in that screen. They don't want to have to scroll to find what they came there for. So big and bold promise on the top. This is what you came here for. This is what you're going to find. Fonts, and I will probably say this over and over again, have to be nothing smaller than 16 point in your CSS. You want to make sure that it is very readable on that screen. Bullet points are a great way to make your content readable. From a scannability standpoint, if somebody does have to scroll down a page, they're going to look for sections, they're going to look for bullet points, they're going to look for subheads. So make sure that those are key ingredients of your mobile content. It's very fashionable to have these big headers, and I love big header graphics on a page, but they take up the entire screen and there's no information there. So you want to make sure that you're shrinking those headers down, because people want to get to work. They want to get to what they came there for. Now, if you're going to use some of the elements like social sharing, you want to leave that on the screen, there are tools out there that could make that a tab on the screen. A tool like Sumo is a great tool that we've used over the years to take that off the page and put it down in the browser bar. So you have to think specifically about how a mobile user is going to read the content and then create that content and size that content specifically for them. In order to create a great mobile experience, that website has to load fast. Nobody wants to wait around. In fact, they won't wait around for that site to load. One of the greatest offenders in site load time is images. We all love to use them, but they are some big files. They take the most time to load. So there's some things that you need to think through, quite frankly, in all environments, but certainly in a mobile environment. Your images should be JPEGs. That is a compression format that is the easiest, the smallest, the easiest to load. There are some other ones that are very common, but that one will load the fastest. You want to make sure that you are compressing your images for the specific use. So in other words, if you upload an image, a lot of times your software, let's say you're using WordPress, it will compress it to the size, or you can actually use HTML to say, just display it at this size, but the file is the same size. Now, when it comes to a mobile device, a responsive design will show that at a smaller size, but the file load time is the same. So you want to make sure that you're actually using specific images for the specific size and compress that to exactly the size. Get it as small as possible and have it still visually pleasing. There are some tools out there that can help you with this. There's a tool for WordPress called WP Smush. It's just a plugin that goes in WordPress, and it will actually analyze all of your images, and it will compress them even further than you might actually do on a desktop. A lot of images come with extra data in them that really have nothing to do with showing the image. It comes from a camera. It might say, here are the coordinates of where this image was taken. Here's the actual settings on the camera. Well, all of that adds extra load time, and you can strip that data out. Now, if you're showing video, you want to make sure that you are using the latest format, which today is HTML5. Now, the good news is most of the video streaming sites like YouTube or Wistia, their players are actually built in HTML5. But if you're using something that's really old or something that you built yourself, there's a good chance that your videos are really not going to be compressed and streamed at a rate for today's current mobile user. So images are a category all by themselves for a mobile experience, and you need to think about how you use them, but also how they load. If you're like me, when you visit a website, you love it when that big screen pops up, takes over the screen, makes you do something to get it out of the way. No, not really, right? Nobody likes pop-ups. But the fact of the matter is, from a marketing standpoint, they work. And from a user experience, they might actually add information. But here's the deal. Google doesn't think that they're a very good user experience. In fact, in 2016, they put a mobile penalty in place so that your website would not show up in the search results if they have deemed it to be not mobile friendly. So this is something that you have to take to heart even when it comes to pop-ups and other things that you might display on your site. Again, that visitor wants information. They want why they came there. And so making it hard for them to get that information is going to cost you. So again, like it or not, they work. So the good news is there are some examples of what Google calls reasonable pop-ups. Now, again, the good news is on a lot of sites, particularly sites that use tools like WordPress, there are plugins, things like Thrive Leads or Lead Pages or Sleek Note that give you lots of options for making that experience better. It doesn't load immediately. It loads only when somebody scrolls. It loads as a small kind of banner. Now, you can have device-specific settings for all of your pop-ups, and when it comes to mobile, you certainly should. You can also set so that return visitors or some other behavior like scrolling either limits the pop-up or doesn't show it at all. So you have to think, again, as mobile-friendly marketing tool of pop-ups, how you're going to use them and how you're going to employ them. There was a time when people used mobile devices or thought of as mobile devices for contact and for maybe doing a little research, but the idea of transaction on a mobile device is something that is fairly recent. But guess what? 62% of smartphone users have admitted to making a purchase online using their mobile device just in the last 6 months. So it is happening. People will do transactions on a mobile device. And this means for marketers, we have to think about how to make that a better experience. Now, filling out a form on a mobile device is a little harder, but there are some things that you can do to make it a better experience. First and foremost, don't ask for more information than you need. People do that all the time, and that makes a bad experience. Allow for autocomplete. We all use password managers now and devices that will actually fill in a lot of the fields like our shipping address and billing address, but you have to actually make that happen on your forms. If you need to take a lot of information, break it up into steps or stages. Make sure that your forms are accessible to things like screen readers. Just follow the w3.org recommendations. Make sure that error messages are easy to see. If somebody misses a field, don't have that error message where they have to scroll all the way down to the page to realize why the form didn't work. Make sure that that comes at the top of the page. Now, the good news is most major shopping cart tools like Shopify and WooCommerce have you really covered for this. They understand that mobile shopping is happening, but you want to make sure that you create a unique and specific experience if you are going to sell products and services online.
Did you guys want to do the quiz?
When somebody
Yeah,
turns to a
sure, we
search
can
engine,
try.
puts in a term that you rank for,
Okay,
they
let's
come to
do
your
this and then
website.
let's
That's a
keep going
beautiful
on.
thing,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
sure
That's the
how, I
essence
don't know if
of
I'm going to
search
interrupt the
engine
flow.
optimization.
Okay, that's why.
Well, guess what? In a mobile-first world, Google is looking at search engine optimization on mobile devices different than it is or did on laptops. In fact, in 2015, they launched something that the SEO world called Mobilegeddon, where they basically said they're going to look at every search as a mobile search, and they are going to turn the results for a mobile search first. So if there are some search terms that you rank for, I want you to pull out your phone and I want you to search for that search term. Does your website show up in the third spot or the fourth spot like maybe it does on a laptop? There's a very good chance that it doesn't. And that's because there are specific things that you need to do for mobile SEO. Now, there is a great tool that Google has that is your friend. It is called the Google Search Console. It used to be called Webmaster Tools. So just search for Google Search Console. If you have not set this up, it is a free tool. You need to set this up. There are some settings in here that can show you how Google thinks about your website on a mobile device as opposed to a laptop. So there's a tool called Use Fetch as Google. If you click on that tab, and you can pick mobile and see if Google has any issues with your mobile-friendly website. Use the Google Search Console to check your ranking position on a laptop as opposed to a mobile. Where are you ranking? There should be some differences. Quite often there are a few differences. But if there is a huge disparity between the two, there's a good chance that there's something wrong with your mobile pages. Now, go out and do a search for all of the terms that you rank for, the terms that you want to rank for, using those two search reports, and tell me what you find, because that's going to be the place where you're going to go to work on your mobile SEO. Mobile search engine optimization, or getting your site to show up when somebody takes a mobile device and does a search, is not all that technical, but here's a few things I'd like to share. Mobile load time is a huge ranking factor for Google. It's a ranking factor across all of your web properties, but on a mobile device, it's even more important. And you will get penalized if your site does not load in what Google thinks is an acceptable amount of time. And let me tell you, it's under 4 seconds. So I want you to look at a tool called the Google Site Speed Report and take a look at how your site ranks. It will show you how it ranks in a desktop search and in a mobile search. And this can give you some clues on what to fix. There will be a whole report. Some of it will look very technical, and you might actually have to get some help to fix some of the items. But there'll also be some things like maybe your images are too big, things like that that are pretty easy to fix. Now, there's a couple other things in terms of optimizing the mobile experience. There are things called metadata. This is just some of the under the hood HTML data, like your title and your description and the URL for every one of your pages. You actually have the ability, using a lot of software, to change those, and you want to aim for about 78 characters in your title, and now you have the ability to have as many as 300 characters in your description. So take advantage of that content, because that will actually help not only rank, but will help your click-through rate when somebody does find you in the search engines. There's another technical aspect that you might have to dig in a little deeper, and something called schema. Check out the website schema.org. What this allows you to do is add some HTML code that clearly helps Google understand what is an image, what is an event, what is a person on your site, what is a review. And then those things may start showing up in the search engines. And there's no question that having your 5-star reviews show up right under your search engine result will give you a competitive advantage when it comes to somebody clicking on that and visiting your page. So these are just a couple of the tips that maybe nobody else has told you that you really want to wrap your arms around when it comes to mobile SEO. One of my favorite and, quite frankly, least appreciated ranking factors is something called click-through rate. So when somebody does a search and the search results show up there, how many people are finding that result and then clicking through? That is a huge ranking factor today. In Google's mind, okay, you've got great content, seem to be very relevant to the search, but if people aren't clicking through, there's nothing that is making them go to your page, then there must be something wrong. I think that's the assumption. And the opposite side of that is if a lot of people are clicking on your pages, they must have got it spot on. So you have to pay attention to this element of click-through rate. A lot of people will call it CTR. Now, here again, Google Search Console is your friend, because Google Search Console will actually start showing you the rate of click-through for all of the search terms that you rank for, including those on a mobile device. So turn to your Google Analytics as well, because you can compare devices. You can see what's going on a laptop as opposed to a mobile. Again, you're looking for big differences in the ranking. Always they're going to differ a little bit, but if your desktop is way higher, then there's a good chance that you need to do something to improve your metadata on all of your pages. The metadata is that under the hood HTML code, the title and the description. The title is actually a ranking factor. You want to make sure that your most important keywords are in the title. But the description is not a ranking factor. Google's not looking at what's in that description and saying, oh, this is what this page is about, so we'll rank them. But it is a huge factor when it comes to click-through. Think of your descriptions in your metadata as an ad for the click. You have 300 characters in there. Sell why somebody should come to that page. Don't just say, here's what it is. Make it an ad. Make it compelling. Click-through rate is one of your biggest competitive advantages because not enough people are paying attention to it, but I assure you the search engines are. If we're truly living in a mobile-first marketing world, it should come as no surprise that Google is leading the charge on a new format of content that they're calling Accelerated Mobile Pages, or AMP. Essentially what it is a stripped-down version designed to load faster. Now here's the question today. Should you embrace AMP? Now there's a couple positives. You should theoretically get higher rankings from Google. If they are behind this, they are pushing this, they are going to rank pages higher that use AMP. You also get this little badge next to the engine results, and that should actually improve some of your click-through. Now, this comes with some limitations. There's no ability to have, say, pop-up or ads. Your branding becomes limited. Your design, even using images, becomes a little bit limited. And here's another pretty negative point. These are mirror pages of your existing content, and if somebody links to those AMP pages, the links actually point to Google and not your site. So you're going to lose some backlink opportunities. Now, the technology is pretty straightforward, particularly if you're using a tool like WordPress. There are plugins that make this very easy to do. So the question is, do the pros outweigh the cons? And essentially today, media sites or sites that are putting out a lot of daily content should probably embrace AMP. But for now, most of the world probably should not. If we're truly living in a
Hold on. Finally. Okay, so with what we just heard so far, and I'm going to hold on.
social media is a big deal in marketing
Can
today.
everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to just break down what he's talking about into a simplified format so you know how to utilize what he's talking about going forward. The idea is to put these things to use going forward. Okay, so when it comes to your website, anyone on here have a website already? You could either put it in the chat box or unmute yourself.
No,
Okay.
No, no, no,
no,
no.
we don't have the website.
Okay, great. So with our projects going forward after this training is to build out those websites. Okay. So we're going to build out you guys websites, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that because that's what I do with one of my companies. It's a marketing firm. It's Luxus All in All Marketing. And what it does, it helps you with marketing for yourself or for other people company. Um, as well. And you guys, everyone who's on this call and who's watching the replay will be able to offer these services to people in the future to either become a marketer or to do it for them for their own businesses. So you will be amongst the few who have your own website, going forward. So we'll work on the website. The other thing, anyone here has a Facebook page that is not a personal profile, your own Facebook page for your business. Anyone has that?
No,
Yes.
I
I
don't.
have Facebook page
But not
from
your
my
not your
organization.
not your personal profile. I'm talking about Facebook page for your business.
Yes.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, good. So two of you have that. So the next step will be for who don't have any Facebook page would be to create one for their business. Okay, so everything that we're doing is building out these stuff to brand, market, and get our business that we're doing known. If our business is ourselves, then we're going to get ourselves known in the public. So even if you have a personal profile, also build a personal
Facebook
business
page.
page like I have Kessa Gooden team. So that is to build your own business page and to create like fans and stuff like that. Um, what he's mentioning about the content, take your time to write the contents that you're putting out there. So don't just throw a picture
Okay.
out there and not spend any time to write it. Take your time to write those contents and say,
Okay,
okay,
right.
what is the purpose of the ad? What is the purpose we're putting this content out there? Make it useful. Make the keyword in those contents. The keyword
Okay,
would be
very
like
well.
something that someone could search. Like for example, how to become an entrepreneur. Watch this video and learn more, something like that. And then when someone search in Google how to become an entrepreneur, your video will automatically pop up there in the web to help other people transition. So if you like to make videos and you like to do motivational speaking or something that can help others out there, when you're making a live video on Facebook, don't just put like one line. Put a brief description of what this video is about, what it's going to be about, and so that when others search it out there, and also include your own name in there, tag yourself in there. Because if you were to go to Google right now and type in Kessa Gooden, you will see many pages of Kessa Gooden on Google. It's the same you want to do for your name, that you want people to get to know you. So when you make a post in Facebook, Facebook, tag yourself in that post that you're going to make. Then, are you guys getting what I'm saying? Are you guys getting some of what I'm saying right now? Do you guys see how
Yes,
you
yes.
utilize this in
Yes.
everyday life? Okay. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing that you guys could do after today, you guys could actually send messages to people to let in like the marketing group, and sorry, in the speakers group to market for them, to ask them, do you need a virtual assistant that can help you make your post on Facebook, to post for you and to market for you, to help you to market your content? People are looking for that. People are looking for virtual assistants, whether they pay $2 an hour or $10 an hour. It doesn't matter at this point because you're in a third world country. So any money from people here in America is going to be good for you guys. So you guys could actually do that as part-time gig, which is putting a message in like the speakers group, in different groups like marketing groups and stuff. Are you looking for a marketer? I can help. And then you post for them on their behalf. Now, as a marketer, write this site down, guys. This is a site that you're going to need to sign up for an account, and you set it up so that you can help market for yourself and for other people, because I use that for all my companies. The site is called kuku.io. KUKU.io. In that site, you could create multiple marketing campaign and manage multiple profiles for multiple people. Let me explain how it works. If you have 5 different Facebook page, you could set it up in that one thing. And when you make one post, instead of go to all different pages, it will go, instead of you go one at a time to each pages, that will push out to all 5 of your pages. If you're on LinkedIn,
Wow.
Instagram, all of that, it will send the message out to all of them. I think it also does YouTube.
Wow.
I don't know if it does YouTube, but if I'm not mistaken. But it will send it out to Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. That's why when I market, if you see me post something, it's everywhere because it's on there. Okay,
Okay.
so you use kuku.io. It's going to help you to market for your own self. But in that same thing, you could create a profile to help other people instead of other people marketing. And then I did write down like the Google console and the Google site and the schema. All of those are not relevant to us right now, to where we are at. It's not something that we're going to use today. It's something we're going to use in the future. But I just wanted to break down everything that he's talking about to help you guys know that where you guys are at, where we all are at, we can utilize this information and build our own legacy and brand going forward. Does anyone have any questions before I continue playing this?
Um, okay, sir.
Yes.
Could you please reinstate the virtual assistant? What is that you're just speaking of?
Yeah, the virtual assistant, what's going on now is most people are hiring people to work for their company from a different country. So if you have internet, phone, and even laptop, you could become someone virtual assistant. Virtual assistant is someone who send email on behalf of the person, or just do marketing posts on behalf of the person, or even do data entry on behalf of the person. I, for one, have a team of virtual assistant that help me with some of my companies. That's how I'm able to be here with you guys, because I don't have to be doing stuff for my company because I have virtual assistants who'll be there to help my company to grow my company. But you guys, all of you who's on this call, could become a virtual assistant. So if you guys don't know what is that, do me a favor, write it down, virtual assistant, how to become a virtual assistant for Americans, and watch the video on that in Google, how to become a virtual assistant. All of you can become that. Anyone else have a question? Prince,
Yeah, I'm
Jumbo,
fine.
any
I'm
question? Okay.
fine.
Dave and Luca,
Yeah.
no? Okay, I'm going
No,
to
no, I'm okay.
let me go ahead and
And let's face it, it's not going away. Now, if you thought mobile first came to those visitors to your website, you truly have to think mobile first in social media. Over 90% of people accessing social media platforms are doing it on a mobile device. You have to design all of your campaigns and all of your thinking around what you're going to do in social media around the fact that most of it will be consumed on a mobile device. Now, when it comes to all the platforms, think visually. People are busy, they're scanning. All of the social platforms now want engagement, and so you want to make sure that they are stopping on your content. It has to be eye-catching. That really is the key, that you are almost interrupting with something that feels really fun and engaging. Focus on all the ways that you can create engagement. Calls to action. Ask for reviews. Reviews in most of the social networks now are a key to having your content shown. Post times for mobile. They're different than on a laptop. When we're at lunch, when we are in the morning going through our routine, maybe at night. So you have to consider that when it comes to mobile devices as well. Always, 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 engagement is going to be the key. Getting people to like, click, comment, share should be the goal of most of your social posting, particularly when it comes to mobile devices. If engagement is truly one of the keys to social media success in general, let's look at some ways to get engagement specifically on some of the most popular platforms. Now, Facebook considers engagement really the gold standard for whether or not they're going to actually show any of your content, even to those fans who like your pages. So making an effort to get engagement by asking questions, by having calls to action is very, very crucial to having your content show up on Facebook. Also, focus on reviews. Reviews are very, very important from a social proof standpoint, from a ranking standpoint, and certainly from a do I decide to do business with this company standpoint. But Facebook also uses those as a true engagement mechanism. There's a little tool for local businesses on Facebook called Facebook Nearby, where if somebody's nearby your business, if you have a restaurant or a retail store, Facebook might actually say, hey, there's a store here that a lot of your friends and fans like, and that is driven very much by engagement and reviews. So focus on reviews on Facebook as well as some of the other platforms. Now, Twitter is a fast-moving. People go there to waste some time, to kill some time. They definitely don't go there to be promoted to necessarily. And in fact, your promotions will die there quickly. But images and hashtags are a must on Twitter because you're just looking for that happenstance meeting where your message attracts somebody and gets their attention. So an image is always a great way to get attention, assuming that image is attention-getting. Now, LinkedIn Pulse and creating content is a great way to get your expertise, to get your message out there, to show that you know what you're talking about. Engagement is another key here. Millions and millions of people are putting content on LinkedIn, and if you can create engagement right after you post, if you can get comments, if you can cross-promote that post in other platforms so that people come and they view it and they click on it, and most importantly, make some sort of a share or a comment, then they will show that content to more and more people. Now, Instagram is a network that is hard to promote on in some cases because people don't turn there to see promotions. In fact, that was certainly not the DNA at all of Instagram. People go there to see fun, pictures, interesting things, very entertaining things. And so you want to make sure that your content that you're putting in Instagram mirrors that culture. And so using hashtags in Instagram, having fun, playful images in Instagram is how you're going to get notice and engagement. And it bears repeating. Engagement is the gold standard for how you're going to get your content shown in just about every social platform. There may actually come a day when we can ignore desktop, that everything will be done on a mobile device. But we're not there quite yet, and that goes for our advertising and our campaigns as well. Today, we have to take a two-prong approach to all of our campaigns. And what this means is, let's say you're using AdWords, a great platform to drive traffic to your website to promote your products and services. You need to think about mobile-specific bid strategies. Here's a fact for a lot of businesses. People will do a lot of research on a mobile device, killing time, looking at things in between meetings, but they might return to a desktop to actually make a purchase. And so we need to be adjusting our bid strategy based on how people actually buy in our business. And there again, look into your analytics because that will share a lot of information with you. You want to think about creating mobile preferred ads. These are ads that are shown only when somebody is on a mobile device and that send people to a mobile landing page that was designed for that purpose. Make sure that you are sending people to simple offers. It's very difficult to do a demo on a mobile. So if you're sending somebody to a demo, and you're probably going to waste that click, or a white paper even downloading. Make sure that you're sending people to simple things when you're designing ads for mobile. And there's an ad format inside of AdWords that allows you to design ads that only make the phone ring. You don't actually have to design a page. So for example, let's say a mobile surfer has lost their keys and they want to find a locksmith. Your ad can just be send me a locksmith. It is not going to be about sending them to a landing page and giving them information. So understand the intent of a mobile shopper and design your AdWords campaigns around that. Nearly every social media platform has an advertising opportunity today, and these can be some great places for you to target buyers and maybe get some inexpensive clicks. But you have to think, if everybody is using social on a mobile device, then your ads need to clearly have a mobile strategy. There are a couple things that I want to share and a couple of the platform-specific tips that I think will help you. But understand this. The best social mobile ads have a lot in common with the best social mobile posts. So study some of the things that get a lot of engagement on each of the platforms, and you'll start to get to some clues about how you might want to design your ads on those campaigns. One of my favorite tools to use on Facebook is something called the Creative Hub. This will give you lots and lots of examples. It's a tool that get you inspired and help you explore the different types of ad sets that are available. And it will also give you some tips on how to get more engagement with your social mobile ads on Facebook. Now, Instagram is owned by Facebook, but it's not Facebook. You want to make sure that you get a business account on Instagram because then you can connect to your Facebook ad account. And that way you can use the Facebook data. But let me repeat, don't just post to Facebook and then run the same ad on Instagram because it's probably not going to work. You want to create specific ads that are much like what's going on in the organic posts. You can, however, create custom Instagram audiences of website visitors that can then retarget ads in Facebook. So there's so many things that you can do because these are together, but make sure you view them as separate. The best ads in Instagram don't look like ads. Today, Instagram stories that use video and calls to action are the best ad formats. Now, YouTube is a truly explosive opportunity from an advertising standpoint because so many people view video of all kinds on mobile devices. Now, there are lots of ad formats in YouTube, and you are limited more on a mobile device for obvious reasons. And one of the key factors on YouTube ads is that little skipical. Remember? After 6 seconds, I get out of here. And if that's what your site viewers or your ad viewers are doing, then you're probably not running very effective campaigns. So you want to make sure that you grab them in 1 or 2 seconds with something that just is compelling and maybe almost shocks them a little bit so that they say, whoa, what is this? Now, Twitter has the shortest shelf life of all. No direct response on Twitter. It just doesn't work. You want to think about your Twitter ads as kind of a collision. Your ad got there at the same time somebody else got there, and it grabbed their attention. So that's the place where you might want to experiment putting your business on edge a little bit. Now, in Twitter, you can also set objectives for leads or followers. And in most of these platforms, you can do a tremendous amount of targeting based on keywords and demographics. So think about your mobile ads as a separate category and design specifically down to each platform to get the greatest success. There's another mobile ad opportunity that I think you should explore that really gives you the opportunity to jump into the fact that people are using their mobile devices for things like email and to surf, but also to play games and to use productivity apps. And these are called mobile ad networks. So in other words, you're able to put your ads inside of some of the apps. You can do some of the same targeting geographically and demographically and behaviorally, but you get access to huge audiences that you might not be able to get access to in other places. And you get that access in the context of maybe something that they're doing already that's related to what you sell. Take a look at the two biggest ad networks. One is owned by Yahoo called Oath, and the other one is owned by Google, and it is called AdMob. These give you tremendous access to very, very large networks and quite often can give you very inexpensive awareness and even clicks. Most of the networks have a number of types of ads. You can run pop-ups that might come up when somebody is using an app. You can use a banner, that thing that just runs across the bottom. A lot of the networks are allowing now for native advertising, advertising that really looks like the look and feel of that web page, and it's in line, and so it feels very almost editorial. Reward ads are quite common, so that somebody can click to get a coupon or click to get some free thing that's allowed by some sort of a reward. And then lastly, all of the ad networks now are allowing for video ads. And this can be a really compelling ad because it grabs attention inside of that app or on that page in a way that maybe the rest of the static content doesn't. So if you want to expand your mobile advertising opportunities, look into mobile ad networks. A fairly advanced opportunity from a mobile advertising standpoint is something called location-based campaigns. Now, this won't be for everyone. I mean, if you're not getting engagement on Facebook, for example, this might not be the place for you to go today. But this is a great opportunity for somebody that's looking to expand and target their reach. So in simplest terms, location-based campaigns are just geo-targeting an ad, which is something we, of course, suggest for all ads. But with the mobile tracking now available, I mean, we can get down to the neighborhood or the block or maybe the mall. Now layer that with demographics and toss in the fact that we can add dynamic ad creation so that that's based on a demographic or a behavior that we already know from a customer, and you've got the ultimate targeting. Now, another aspect of location-based is something called geofencing. So you can actually choose GPS coordinates where you want your ad to show. So this is obviously, if you're a coffee shop, for example, somebody's walking down the street, they are inside of your geofence. Maybe you want to push them a coupon, and location-based ads allow you to do that. Now, how about an event? Let's say somebody attends an event and you have a product or service that you think would match with people that went to that event and you want to get to those. Well, you can actually run an ad specific to the people that attended that event. So think about all the real-time opportunities that can happen. Or you can also put them in, hey, did they visit in the last 6 months? It doesn't have to just be that day. Now, the concept of location-based ads is pretty simple. The execution's a little harder because it can get a little weird if somebody's getting an ad for something based on something that they clearly did. So you want to experiment with the message. Now, there's some popular services that combine with the ad networks that can make this happen. Services like Simplify and Spatially.com and XAd or Coupon Media are some places that you should go and look if you want to explore location-based campaigns to experiment with your next campaign. Do you want to know the number one feature used on mobile devices? It's not the phone feature, it's text messaging. Text messages are next to impossible to ignore. Email rates are down to about 24% on average, but a text message is read almost 100% of the time. So we need to think about taking advantage of opportunities that exist to reach people in SMS campaigns. Now, let me first be clear. It is neither ethical nor legal to send unsolicited messages with text messaging marketing. But there are a couple ways that you can do this in a way that creates a great experience. The first way is opt-in, using what's called a keyword and short code combination. So let's say you want to give away a free ebook. You might say, text the word ebook to a short code that a provider has given you. Now, you can also ask people in your forms, hey, give me your phone number and permission so that we can contact you in this way or that way. Now, SMS campaigns can be kind of spammy, so you want to make sure that you are using them in ways that create a great experience. For me, some of the best uses are to send deals to existing customers. I mean, who doesn't like to get a deal? To use as a service for a reminder. If you have an appointment or a meeting or you're doing a webinar, that can be a great way to offer a service that is useful, or to make it easy for people to opt in via text for content. For example, when I speak from the stage at conferences, many people ask me for a copy of my slides, which I'm happy to share. And the way that I make it very easy is that I have them text a short code to a number that then sends them a link to get those slides all by themselves. So I've enabled a service that makes it easier for them. And that's what I think you need to think about in your campaigns. How can this be a utility, not a nuisance? One of the keys is to connect with a reputable vendor such as SlickText, ProTexting, or Trumpia. And above all, respect people's privacy or you are going to find complaints and unsubscribes, and you will not find that this is a great channel for you. Email is still a very effective channel today when used appropriately. But like everything else, more and more people are reading their emails on mobile devices. So we now have to design our emails to meet the many browsers and the many email clients like Gmail and Outlook and Apple Mail, because without this, you can have a real mess on your hand in your emails. One of the first steps is to get in the habit of testing your emails before you send them, and you need to test what they're going to look like on a mobile device. Now, there are some paid tools like Litmus or Email on Acid, but the good news is that most of the major email service providers, such as MailChimp and GetResponse and Constant Contact, already provide email responsive templates, and some offer testing tools for free. Now, the bottom line is simple, shorter, great short subject line and preview text line, easy on the images, no tiny fonts. Make sure it's a single column. There's nothing worse in an email than having to scroll over and pinch back and forth. And then have obvious calls to action. If you want somebody to click on something, you might experiment with buttons, for example, that show up very clearly. Email, like every form of marketing today, is increasingly mobile first, and if you want to do effective email campaigns, you better design for that reality. Hey, so you've made it through the entire program. Congrats. It's my hope that you now have a new long list of projects and tasks that'll help fully prepare your marketing efforts for the mobile customer. But don't stop here. Consuming this program alone won't change much on its own. Now, don't get overwhelmed. I'm guessing you might have a long task list of things you want to do. Create some priorities. Go out and knock a couple things off your list. Then come back here and work through some lessons again, looking for new tweaks and tasks to add to your list. In the end, if you take consistent action on the things we covered, you'll find that your website will be set up to attract and serve the mobile surfer, likely most of the majority today. You'll start to think about your content, your emails, your videos, and your social media updates with that small screen in mind. And you'll be prepared to seriously amp up your lead generation efforts by combining mobile and paid search that's optimized for the way people buy today. Feel free to reach out to me on my website at ducttapemarketing.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. Good luck and get to work.
This is amazing. So wonderful. So
Uh,
interesting. Wow. This is good, man.
Tomorrow.
Guys,
I thought tomorrow.
this is good. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so very good, so very good. Yeah,
It's loaded. Thank you so much for this opportunity to learn these
so
things.
impactful. Thank you very much, Madam President.
you are
We are
very
so,
welcome.
we are very grateful.
You are very welcome. You guys do realize that what we're learning here is not kindergarten stuff, right?
Mm,
Yeah.
What we're learning is things that's going to change our life if we apply it. If we apply what we learn here, we can
I thought tomorrow anything.
not just help ourselves, but we can help others as well. Once we learn these skill set and practice these skill set, we can charge people to utilize this skill set to help them and their businesses. A lot of people need help. So this is things that we must take our time to practice and develop so that we could utilize it to um, to help ourselves and people as well. Now, just a few quick points before I take any question because we're at the end of our training. Just a few quick points that I want to give you guys to take away from today. When you make a post on Facebook and someone comments on there, go back to that post and reply to that post from the heart. Because remember, when we're getting people to comment on our posts, we're getting them to interact with us. That's a real human being there at the end of the comment. That's a real person who posted and who commented on our post. And if they spend the time to comment on our post, that means they're taking the time away from their day to give you support. And in
mm,
return, you should go back and give them support by replying to their comments. Now, another thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but Facebook, the more people comment on your post and the more you reply to those comments, is the more people Facebook will show your post to. They will not show it to other people unless they see that you're interacting with the people who are already commenting on your post. So this is a very important thing to know in business and in what we're trying to do. So if you even have an old video, and this is what I do with my videos, if I have an old video like from 2 months ago, I will go back on there, I'll rewatch it, and I will say thank you to myself. So that the people, like if it's 100 people who had watched it, they will be notified that I comment again on there. And what that does is bring me back in their face, bring me back in their circulation so that they know. And then when I do that, what I notice that happen afterward is that new people go back and comment on that same post, on that same video. So it's the technique you can use to get people to be engaged with your post and with your video and with your past contents so that you don't have to keep creating new content. That's one thing. The other thing that I thought about while this was going on is for the people who are serious, this is only for serious people only. If you don't have a website, I am willing to build um a multi-profile site, and let me explain what that is. It's going to be one domain name, like just one domain name, and on that domain name it's going to have each person bio, contact information, photo, and whatever they want to have on there. I can build that site out so that you could use it for marketing. The other option is you guys make your Facebook page, and every post that you're posting, especially on another platform, if it's something to do with marketing yourself and stuff like that, include your Facebook page in there. If you're posting something like with Google or stuff, include your Facebook page in there. So that multiple site, I can create it. It's a multi-site for each, for the serious people who has a business. I can build a multi-site and add you guys each profile on there. The other thing is, type in VA marketers in Facebook and join some Facebook group. If you seriously want to become a marketer, type in the VA marketer there and search the group, search marketing groups on Facebook. And for text message marketing, I have an app that I use. It's for my company. It's a proprietary app that I use that can send bulk text messages, but that's only set up to send messages here in America. So if you were to start a text messaging marketing business and you want to talk to people about doing text marketing, I can allow you access to use that app to do text message marketing as a business here through
Wow.
the marketing firm that I have. But you will have to spend the time to reach out to people on Facebook to say, hey, I'm a marketer. I do text message marketing. All you have to do is send me what you want to send to people and the list of information, the list of people you want me to contact, and I'll go ahead and send it. And you could charge whatever you want to charge. This is just another way of creating income and resource and to utilize some of my resources to help you guys with that. Any feedback from anyone?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
Go ahead.
the website.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll need to get more details about the website.
So the website I was thinking about is just a marketplace website, and it will basically market each and every one of us who are on the Gaia training. So since we all are entrepreneurs, right? It will be great to have everyone who's in our community to have their own website, which is it can be their own website. It will be just a web page with their own information on there. So your bio, your contact information, your email, stuff like that. It will be a site that people you could use in your marketing and send people to you. Make sense?
So yeah, but with the individual has access to upload videos on the website on the
Yes. How
profile
I will
page.
make it, yeah, how I will make it, I'll make sure that everyone have access to do that. Yeah, videos, content, everything.
Ah,
Yeah.
it will be awesome because that's been one of the requests many people making. Where is a website? We want to see what you're doing. When you talk about Facebook, they will say no website. I'm talking about website. So if you do that for us, it will be a very great achievement for us here because it's very challenging to open a website. Is $1,000. Some places just for the domain is very expensive. So it will be very great with that.
Yeah, I can help with the website, and then you're mentioning domain. I can help you guys with the domain name as well. That could forward to the website if you guys should you guys need that. If you guys
We
need
need
domain
it.
name, okay.
We
If you
need it.
Okay, so all
Yeah,
right, I'm
yeah.
writing this down so you guys hold me accountable, okay? So I'm not just saying stuff. I
Okay.
like to, when I say something, I like to do it. So I'm very serious, okay? When it comes to
Okay.
things like this. So, okay, so the website, I could build the website, the multiple, how do I explain it? The
Multiple
website that
profile
has
site.
the multiple profile site. I can build a multiple profile site, and what I can do for each of you, if your name is not already taken, I can give you guys a domain name for your own name.
Hey,
So
thank
anyone who
you.
understand, yeah, anyone who understand that will know what that means. That means you don't have to pay for it. I'll pay for it for the whole year.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
thank
Yes.
you very much, Kesagudi. You have done it
Thank
again.
you very,
Wow, this
Thank you
is
very
thank
much.
you
awesome.
Thank
very
you
much.
very, very much.
You
Wow.
guys
This
are,
is awesome.
what did you say?
You are very great, Kesagudi. You have done it again.
Thank you guys. I like to over deliver for you guys. You guys are my community. You ladies, who have everyone that's on here, you are my community, and I like to serve my community, and that's what I'm doing in every capacity that I can serve. I want to serve. So when it comes to the domain names, like for example, if you go to kestergoodinteam.com, you will see that that's my website, right? And I also
Yeah,
have
yeah.
kestergoodin.com, but it has other stuff on there. So if you're building like you, John Bull Prince, you're building a speaking platform, you need to have a speaker site like Kessa Gooden TV. You need that.
Come on now, I hear you.
Yeah, because that way,
I'm gonna join. I'm gonna join Prince.
That's
Prince
my
is training
brother.
me.
Oh yes.
Prince is training me to be on the speaking side as well.
exactly. So that's good. So
Yes.
and then Amir, I'm glad to see you here. We show you guys photos earlier because you guys are
Yes.
participating and was doing well in the challenge.
Yes.
And Miles, Josh, welcome. Collins, welcome. Star Queen and J Ben Luca. Keep up the great performance. Keep up the great work. You guys are doing so well. And I can't wait till when we graduate and I show you how to build out these things. You will realize that you did not waste your time. You put your time in so that you could make a difference for yourself and your family. And even though we have only one more week of training, we have one more week of training, but
Yes.
the rest of the time we have to implement these training because you're not going to keep going to training and not implement it. You have to start implementing these training and utilizing it in your day-to-day life. So other than the domain name, is there anything that I am missing that I need to cover on this training today before we end it? I'm going to give you guys an assignment, but I'm trying to think what's the best one. Oh, and for everyone who completed the assignment last week, up to 10 people will get a reward. So see your team leader for your reward. Everyone else, you're just in the running for to get your certificate at the end of next week for Gaia. Jumbo, would you like to say anything on this specific call, this training for the replay for people who are watching the replay?
Please, I would suggest if we can get a replay for this lecture because over here, I don't have a network. Network is
Abdullah,
down.
I
The,
didn't hear
the,
you.
the
Hello.
replay has already been taken care of. Don't worry, the replay is going to be available.
Hello, Madam President and the guys.
Yes. Hi, Colin.
I would really appreciate to get a
Guys,
replay of the lecture
Yes,
from
we're
today.
going to send out the replay at the end. If you're in the
hearing
online
me?
group, we're going to send it out. Yes. Collins, were you going to say
Thank you for
something?
that because network is not good over here.
You're very welcome, Abdullah. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I appreciate you. Collins, what were you
Hello.
saying? Yes. Collins, just speak. We can hear you. Just speak.
Yeah, how you doing, Madam President?
I'm doing fine, Ambassador Collins. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, just speak.
Yeah, hello. Am I?
Ambassador, speak.
Are
You
you
will
guys
speak.
getting me?
We are hearing you,
Yes, we are
Ambassador.
Oh,
hearing you. We're
oh.
hearing you. Okay.
All right, you're not hearing yourself, Ambassador Yuri.
It is okay. We're going to go ahead and end this. So, any
Um,
any questions, anything anyone want to leave for the replay for anyone who rewatches? Idrissa, say something very motivational, please.
Please, you have to please send the how to become a virtual assistant. I think you have to send us a link for it was mentioned by you also on the virtual assistant. Those who are interested to be a virtual assistant, and
Okay, great.
I was so impressed, and I have a couple of notes here and everything. But something that I learned from the motivational video that was shown, it was I grabbed something, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think 10 things that I grabbed for the first motivational speaking. The first video for those who were not here. Number one was sacrifice, that we have to sacrifice our today for our tomorrow. And then
Hello.
number two is dedication. And
What kind of
Are you guys
we
getting me?
also heard about, Yuri, please hold on.
Keep going, Idrissa. I'm trying to mute Yuri. Go on. Keep going.
All right,
Keep going.
we have commitment.
I can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, we have commitment, we have hard work, we have knowing yourself, we have take action, work for it, ready to take action right now, willingness, and don't give up. So if you are not here for the beginning, please don't give up on your dreams. Be hardworking, sacrifice your today, be determined, be focused, rededicate your commitment, and you definitely get to where we are going. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Idrissa. Thank you guys, everyone, for showing up today. And let's keep on building our legacy, because our legacy is not just for us, it's for our children, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. They will know that we existed. We were here today. They will know
there is
that
something I
that's
would
what
like to
we're
say.
doing. Go ahead,
There
John
is
Boy.
something I would like to say. I want to say to everybody in this training today, you need to understand that this training is expensive. It's free to you and I, but it is costing somebody. Somebody is paying for it. So the value we put for this training should be higher than what it
Mm-hmm.
is for
Yeah,
every one of us. Because,
yeah.
see, let me tell you, I've tried to go, that lecturer that was teaching us, I've tried to go on that site before now, and I couldn't gain access. You can't even gain access to that site and listen to those things,
You
except you
guys, let's
pay.
put
So,
yourself, you put yourself in a
but
different level.
somebody paid for it and then has given it to us free. So we can't just experience it and just let it go like that. We have to make good use of it. You may say, oh, but I'm already busy. I have a job I'm doing. I have some work I'm doing. But you can, from these teachings, get some part-time job. Now, I learned that the average successful person or the average wealthy person has 7 to 8 businesses. 7 to 8 businesses. So if you are doing just one job, that's not enough. So through these trainings, through these teachings, you can get 1, 2, 3 different businesses and get more streams of income and become richer. So I really want to encourage every one of us and everyone that will watch the replay to please, let's take this training serious. You can't miss one and say, oh, it doesn't matter. No, it matters. Let's take it more serious. Let's put effort. Let's do the assignment and let's move ahead. We are doing well. We are making progress. We are really making progress in this group, in this training. 3 weeks ago, we started, and look at where we are. And the more we go, the more it's going to get better. I celebrate every one of you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much. And today's assignment is going to be, before I give the assignment, I wanted to ask someone here, and I'm going to pick someone. And Jay Ben Luca, can you speak?
Yes, Madam President, I'm here.
Okay, tell me how you felt after you did the video assignment last week.
Yeah, I felt so proud because of the lot of comments and sharing the legs that came. People motivated me, they encouraged me, they told me, continue the work, keep on. It motivated me a lot, and I believe that I can continue the work. I'm so proud. I felt so proud, and I was happy after I did a video and I saw people coming up to give me some words of encouragement, telling me, oh, thank you, impressive, congratulations. I felt impressed and I was so proud. I think I can continue on the work and I'm going to do more. Thank you very much for the impact. I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
You are very, very welcome. And that's the reason why I have you guys and ladies doing videos. See, when we are by ourselves, we lose confidence in who we are. But when we show up for the rest of the world and the rest of the world see us, we are able to regain the confidence for ourselves and to go on, to let us know that we're doing something great. So I'm happy you tell me that, J. Luca, because that is in the assignment for this week.
Hello.
That is in the assignment for this week. This week assignment is you're going to do a Facebook Live video telling us three things you're grateful for and a word of encouragement for the person who's watching this video. Whether it's encouragement for their entrepreneurship or encouragement for their families or for their situation that they're in, you will say a word of encouragement to help encourage them that no matter where they are in life and what situation they are in, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I want you guys, three things you're grateful for and a word of encouragement for the person that is watching the video. I also would like you to take time and go back to each person's video and find one thing to compliment them for in that video. One thing to compliment them for. Like, great job, you're doing great, or this helped me, or something like that. Go back onto the previous videos and comment something to encourage that person. Because the difference that we're making is when we show up for those people, we are encouraging them to wake up tomorrow. We're encouraging them to get up and keep on doing something different. You never know, that person could be shy. So help build that legacy and make the difference in someone else's life by completing this assignment. And I know I told John Bull I'm not going to give any money for this assignment, but what the hell? I would love to give $5 for the first 10 people who complete this assignment. And I just can't help myself.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so are you guys going to do the assignment? Are you guys going to complete the assignment?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, we are.
Yep.
Okay, great. So for the first 10
Please,
people.
1 second. You said the first video, you do a live video and say.
The live video is going to say three things
Three
that you're
things
grateful for.
I'm grateful for. And then you say words of encouragement for the person that is watching your video.
Yes.
And also go through your friend's previous videos and comment on your friend's video with words of encouragement. Those are the three assignments.
Something great you appreciate in their video. Like if you watch the video, you see the person is nervous. You could say, great job of delivering this message, or you did very well, or this impacted me, or this touched me, or this inspired me. Help add motivation to their life and say it genuinely from your heart, because that person, through you, God is speaking through you. So if you're commenting on someone's video, let God speak through you to comment in that video. Because when I watch the videos, I can tell what's going on with most of the people. So I make sure take my time to comment on there. I don't just say, oh, great job, and that's it. I look through it and I feel the person's energy and where they are, and then I comment a word of encouragement to help lift them up. And as a matter of fact, I am going to do this assignment today because I realized I didn't do the previous assignments, but I'm going to do the assignment myself. So you guys know how it's done.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we are at the end of
just before you go off,
we gotta go now.
Show one more time people that did the last assignment.
What did you say, John Paul?
One more time, just the pictures.
Oh, right, of the people who did the last assignment.
Yes. People that did the video assignment, because some of them are here and they've not seen it.
I just want to congratulate everyone who hold on. Hold on 1 second. You guys did an awesome job. These are everyone who did the previous assignment. We're missing 3 people here, but this I'm gonna try to get them all together the next time. So you guys did a great job. Keep up the good work, and I may have a grand prize
You can still
for.
show the three in the next screen.
Okay, I may have a grand prize for the hold on 1 second, for 5 people. I don't know yet. I'm still deciding on that. A grand prize, a really good grand prize. Okay, so you guys know how I am when it comes to with these things. So I may have a grand prize if I can find back where I'm at. Hold on 1 second. And then this is the other 3 that did well. This is just for this week participation.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Jumbo. Thank you. So yeah, so
Thank you,
congratulations
Keisha.
to you
Good
guys.
evening.
You're welcome. Thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys on next Friday. In the meantime, we'll complete the assignments and we'll keep each other going, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
Thank you
much.
very much, Madam
Thank
President.
you.
Thank you
Thank
so
Thank you,
much.
man.
thank
Thank you so
you,
You're
much.
very
Madam
welcome.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you
President.
guys.
lecture. Thank you for the opportunity.
We're
Thank you,
all
Madam
grateful,
President.
Thank
man.
you so much. I appreciate this.
Thank you.
You
Thank
are
you so much.
awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Okay,
Thank
guys.
you, man.
You're very welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
very
Madam
welcome.
President.
Thank
May
you,
you be
sir.
able to continue the good work.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Abdullah. I hear you. Thank you. Thank you. Make today a great day and make tomorrow the best.
May God Almighty continue to grant you success.
Abdullah, I didn't hear what you said.
May God Almighty continue to grant you success.
Okay, thank you
May
so much.
God
I
Almighty
appreciate
continue
it.
to grant you success.
Yes, thank
Madam
you.
President, are you getting me today?
Yes, thank you guys so much. I will see in the group
Are
chat
you
now,
getting
okay?
me
All right. Bye
today?
bye.
Okay, bye.
Hello?
Okay. Bye bye.